Hello and welcome back. So let's revisit. So we're here now, we're a starting point, and really to remind you that previous video we worked with here Isosurfaces. We use the Q criterion, and let me put it again. Let me put a values 1000 there, and you have it there, and I can color it by Mach number, and there you go. And let me hide the symmetry plane. And if you want, also in this isosurface, you can put no contours, iso lines over this one of another quantity, so you can mix everything. But what I want to show you, a very powerful filters. You have filter here, you have the the Q criterion, but you can compute that quantity also in paraview. So if you go here to paraview, first you have the calculator, you can implement that in the calculator, but I want to talk about here filters, and you have one that is super helpful, and we have seen that already, and it's gradient, and I don't see it. So where do you, okay, let me go here, and there you go, you have gradient. So you click there, and remember to enable this one to see advanced options. So by default you have this one, so just the gradient, choose the quantity. So let's use velocity. Okay, and when you enable that advanced, okay, you compute gradient, whatever you put there, and you have different options. But look at that, you have this one here. You can compute the Q criterion, the same that we're seeing here, that comes from the software, from the CFD solver. You can compute it internally. You can also compute vorticity if you want vorticity. Let's enable those two, and there you go. So we have now in this data set, we compute the Q criterion, and now let me go here, split the screen, render view, and in this one I want to see the aircraft. Okay, let me put here, so see, we start to see how to manage views, and in this one I want to compute Q criterion of what. So there you go. So we have many quantities, and it's this one, Q criterion. Okay, remember that the name we gave it. So if I go back here, I call it here Q criterion. So avoid to give the same name as the one that you have from your original dataset. Change here the scale. So let's use the same scale. Apply. And I go here, Mach number. Let me link views. Okay, link camera with this one. Boom, boom, boom. What I want to do here, okay, the aircraft, change the color to have exactly the same. Okay, this one here, and there you go. So Q criterion coming from the software and coming from paraview. I have to be honest, I think probably I like more the one in paraview, but pretty much the same. Sometimes I see that it's smoother, okay, but it's how it is implemented, how gradients are computed. So here's more visual, it's just paraview doing the visualization and so on, the pixels, working on the pixels, so it tends to be smoother, but it is up to you. So at this point we have these isosurfaces, and I want to show you now the other two filters here that we look at. This one, the slice, so we know what it's doing, and this one is pretty much similar, where it will clip the whole domain or whatever you set up. So let me go and now close this one. Let me go here and use the aircraft. So if I apply this one here, and let me do this exercise here, let me put 10, apply, and it will do that. Okay, so this is super cool. So see that now you can extract the profile, and then you can go to a CAD software and put it there, so you can get the coordinate of this, by the way. So everything. You can go and let me go here, spreadsheet view, and I want to see only the coordinates. I don't have the coordinates. You need to access the coordinates. So probably we'll do that in another video, or probably cell data. Yeah, I need to compare. In another video, show you the coordinates, but basically you can see there that you have now the color and all that information, X, Y, and Z values. You can get it and then export that, and that's it. So super cool feature. Let me hide that one. And if I apply now this one there, this, what it will do is this, okay? So what the slice will give you just the line, this one will show you the other part. So here you can go different views. So the Crinkle view will show you the triangulation there, and this one. By the way, you can go also, I forgot here, and here you can use the Crinkle view and you have the triangulation. So that's the meaning of that. So if you want to see the elements, put it there, okay? So coming back to this one, and you have auctions, so many auctions, so feel free to play with those auctions. There you have different ways to do this. So you might ask, why do I need to do this clipping? So this one makes no sense using a plane, but you can have box and you can clip in a box, and then you can extract that information. And that can be very helpful. So many cases I have used this one to do that. So I just want to extract the information in this specific block. You have it there and you can work on that. So basically this is what clipping is doing. You can apply it, as you see here, in a surface or in the volume or in a line, but I think it's not possible to clip a line, but give it a try. So let me put it here and saying concept. Okay, so there you go. I'm clipping there. You can use the Crinkle slide there to show everything. Okay, but the idea here is that you are conserving all the cells that you have here, and then in this part of the volume you can apply operation to any other filters and slices and so on. So let me go and do a cool one. Something that is missing here is arbitrary clipping. So for instance, I want to clip using a given geometry that is not defined there. You don't have it. It can be done. It is a little bit tricky, but you don't have that precisely not defined there. So that is also super helpful. So let me go there, put 20, and there you go. So now you are clipping just information there. And if I apply there and a slice, you will see that only there you are slicing. Okay, and this is it. Okay, so now we cover this. Let's talk about threshold in this same video. So threshold will also very helpful. So let me go here, and according to your quantity, let me put here Mach number. You will apply a threshold from minimum. Let's say I want to see only these values, the Mach number containing within those limits, and there you go. So similar to the isosurface, okay, but the isosurface, you give one single value here, you are given a range of value, and the maximum value probably can correspond to the isosurface. And actually, let me do it with Q criterion. And Q criterion I want from 0 to 1000. So let me recall. Okay, values in between, I want values above this one, so larger than this, and there you go. So this should be similar to the Q criterion, but now you are extracting the cells values there. So you have all the cell values, and if you do, or probably okay, these actions, you have to be careful also this beginning, because sometimes large data sets you need to change it. And okay, it's this one, and let me above, below. Okay, so you're here above. Let me go and put here a little bit larger. Okay, all, and you can play with these actions now. So now you have all this. So if I apply, let me go here. Let me select this one also con control. Okay, I cannot apply a common. So let me slice this one, and there you go. So now you are slicing this one, and recall that if you try to apply that in this, you're going to get lines. So it's up to you. Okay, so now you have the clipping that is can be quite helpful. I use it a lot for some very specific operations. So sometimes I need to clip by coordinates, and I use that one to clip or to do the threshold to get given coordinates. So as you see, in principle, you can do no slicing can be done with that. So using threshold, you can use and you can get a section of the domain for a given coordinate. So you just need to get that value from the calculator. Okay, so that's all for slicing, clipping, and thresholding. Feel free to play with those values. You have this data set now, very cool data set, and very easy to manipulate. So thank you and see you next video. Bye.